listen to me, but should I sing a song? Should I sing a song? Maybe I will sing a song. I don't know if I'll sing a song. Maybe I can sing a song. Maybe if I sing a song, maybe I can sing another song, and then another song, and then another song, and then another song. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Ah, well, I heard that you're leaving. Dun 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 dun. Don't leave me so far behind. Dun 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 dun. Found yourself a brand new lover. You decided that I'm not your kind, so I left your name out of my Rolodex, and I tore all your pictures in two, and I burnt down the malt shop where we used to go, just because it reminds me of you. That's right, you ain't gonna see me crying. I'm glad you found somebody new, 'cause I'd rather spend eternity eating shards of broken glass than spend one more minute with you. Oh, well, I guess I sound kind of bitter. You left me down in the dumps. You left me alone at the gas station of love, and I have to use the self-service pumps. So, honey, let me help you with that suitcase. You ain't gonna break my heart in two, 'cause I'd rather get 100,000 paper cuts on my face than spend one more minute with you. Oh, I'd rather rip out my intestines with a fork than see you going out with other men. Oh, I'd rather slam my fingers in the door, yeah, again and again and again and again and again. Oh, can't you see what I'm trying to say, darling? I'd rather get my blood sucked up by leeches, shove an ice pick under a toenail or two. I'd rather clean all the bathrooms in Grand Central Station with my tongue than spend one more minute with you. Oh, I'd rather jump naked on a huge pile of thumbtacks or stick my nostrils together with crazy glue. I'd rather dive into a pool filled with double-edged razor blades than spend one more minute with you. I'd rather rip my heart out of my ribcage with my bare hands and throw it on the floor and stomp on it till I die than spend one more minute with you. Oh. That's a Weird Al song, by the way. Okay. And some Christmas songs. Okay. It's Christmas time this year. By golly, disapproval would be folly. Deck the halls with hunks of holly. Fill the cup and don't say when. Kill the turkeys, ducks, and chickens. Mix up the punch, drag down the Dixons. Oh, the prospect sickens. Brother, here we go again. It's Christmas time. You can't get some of your fellow men. You must adore this time to rob them all the more. The other 364 relations bearing no expense since I'm useless old utensil or a matching pen and pencil. Just the thing I need out nice. It doesn't matter how sincere it is, nor how I felt the spirit. Sentiment will not endear it. What's important is the prize. Hark the herald tribute sings, advertising wondrous things. God rest you, merry merchants, may you make the Yuletide pay. Angels we have heard on high tell us to go out and buy. So let our raucous sleigh bells jingle. It's our dear friend Kris Kringle driving his rangers across the sky. Don't stand underneath when they fly by. Okay, I think I want to play a game now. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only hippopotamus will do. Don't want no doll, no dinky tinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't think Santa will mind, do you? He won't need to deal with no dirty chimney flue. Just bring him through the front door. It's the easy thing to do. You can see me on Christmas morning creeping down the stairs. Oh, what joy and surprise when I open up my eyes and I go standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only hippopotamus will do. No crocodiles or rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. Mama says a hippo would eat me up, but then teacher says a hippo is a vegetarian. There's room for him in our two-car garage. I feed him there, I wash him there, and give him his massage. I could see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. Oh, what joy and surprise when I open up my eyes to see a hippo hero standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only hippopotamus will do. Don't want crocodiles or rhinoceroses, says I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. Dun 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 dun. And so if it weren't enough that you could hate me for playing that Planetside 2 and being able to sing such songs, and that you can't, sorry, it's just a talent, and a talent is not really something you can do. It's actually an amount of money. It's about 66 pounds of silver is what a talent is. The biblical talent, that's where the came from, that parable of talents, the guy that was given a bag of silver and he stored it in the ground. How do you store 66 pounds of silver in the ground? Where do you put that? In which ground? And what kind of security guards are you going to keep them from finding that bag of silver that's worth $18,000? That's what I want to know. But people hear that and they're like, oh, talent, a coin. He hit a coin. You know, it makes perfect. So the people in those times, they were going, $18,000, you hid $18,000 somewhere and you kept it hidden? You know, not even the people who are like, you know, these survivalists that take all their money and put them into gold stuff and they keep them in their house. The rich people won't even do that. You know the reason why? It's because you need security. If you don't have security, it gets stolen, okay? So they don't take the money they got. I mean, they don't take currency and turn it into money, which is what they call gold and stuff like that. They don't call currency money. We call stuff like cash money. That isn't money according to rich people. According to rich people, money is what you invested in, and then you make money off of money, okay? So, but what they do is they buy stuff that is secure and that nobody can steal from them, okay? They put stuff into investments. They buy, you know, land and stuff like that. Things that you can't just get money out of it instantly. So if your relative comes and says, "Can you give me $10,000?" and says, "That depends on if I can sell this piece of land." You think you could sell that piece of land for me for $100,000? I'll give you $10,000 off of that. And then they go away because they don't want to do it. They want easy money. They want the easy money. I want the keys. I'll do the back. Don't for the easy. It'll do easy money. Easy money. It's a Billy Joel song. Okay. I don't know what's going to go on in here. Look at all poor old VS people in the center of Nason's Defiance. There's people. There's guys in there. There's obviously some VS in there. You'll notice my color scheme's off. Blue is VS, red is NC, and white is TR. It's very confusing. It confuses me. Sometimes I'll end up killing somebody on accident because I can't tell if they're on my side or not, you know. So I'm playing VS right now, and that's the blue. Looks like some VS got really just didn't want to play the game, and so they just chose to stay in Nason's Defiance for the entire game, and they just said, screw the rest. We're not going to win this game. I'll just hang out here and, like, you know, I'll see if I can spawn there. See if I can help them out. Help them out in the the super distraction over here. Is there anything there? No, you can't even spawn there. You have to fly to it. That's how you get there. So let's see. Okay, I'll go back. I'll respawn in the warp gate. I'll get a scythe and go out there. Okay. As an infiltrator. With, no, I don't join squads. Are you kidding me? I don't join squads. I'm Batman. I'm a lone wolfer. I do it my own way, you know. I take my Batmobile to it, you know. Just deploy. So it's somewhere in the center, I think. Did I even set a flag? No, I'm going the wrong direction. No, I didn't set a flag. I know approximately where it is. Okay. Oh, I'm almost there. Okay, there we go. That works. There's nothing out here. There's no business. Nothing happening. There's no that's interesting. So why hasn't it been taken yet? Okay, there's that. Oh, there we go. Guess I'm gonna have to get another one. Look at that. There's a... I think that's... Am I TR or am I NC? Because that... Whoever is following me is definitely... I'm pretty sure I'm a VS. Probably being chased by a TR guy. He went through me. If he keeps following me, he's going to find himself a mine. Well, we could do this. That'll make it easier. I think I saw him move. We'll go in here. Hi there. So I guess I'll go up here, go in, worry around, see if that Sunday gets ruined. Put up another. Let me join one of the social, probably AT&T. Those guys like me. Although I've said bad things about Vessel, you know, I think they all kind of have the same feeling about Vessel as well. I haven't heard from Vessel in a long time. I haven't seen him on there. Confetti Can. Confetti Can is kind of funny sounding, you know. He's got an interesting sort of chuckle. You know, all I can imagine he's probably his day job is playing a clown at children's events or something. It's the only thing I can imagine. Either that's just how he prefers to sound. Maybe he doesn't think he sounds funny, but to me he sounds funny. You know, it's just my opinion. So, you know, take it or leave it. The only thing that bothered me about Vessel, he was an okay dude, and I said to Fortis Orion on OEO, I said, Vessel thinks you're pretty cool. You know, he's okay with you. And Vessel got word of it, and Vessel demoted me whenever I was in AT&T, because I was both at OEO and the AT&T at the same time. And Vessel said, I didn't say I was okay with Fortis. I said that I respected him. And he demoted me for that. And I said, well, you know what? I don't respect you. I'm out of here. You know, that's how I do things. You know, I mean, I don't play political games. If you think that you've got control over me, fuck you. That's my attitude. Is that I don't believe in politics. I don't believe in hierarchies. I don't believe in military hierarchies. I know that the people that are in power are psychopaths and sociopaths, and they don't give a shit about you. No matter how much you do for them, they will not give a shit for you. And if you're a military type who's been in so many different wars and think that people are going to suck your cock for it, you got another thing coming. Because there are people out there that, like me, that don't believe war is necessary. Okay? And so, when people think that you need war in order to have liberty, that's bullshit. You know? That stuff is there just to make other people feel good about themselves who probably don't have any talents, okay? They go into the military because they're trying to find meaning in their life, okay? And I have a cousin who was in Vietnam, and he probably deserves a lot more credit for it because he didn't sign up for it. He was drafted into it. He didn't want to go. He was making paintings while he was there. That was what he did to relieve himself of the stress. He'll talk about it now because he realizes it's part of the club. He survived it. But I think that they didn't really give them enough respect, and they gave the World War II vets respect. And the World War II vets are like acting like, hey, we went into this war and we were all gung-ho and stuff. No, fuck you. When you got into that war, it wasn't only that you were drafted, but you came after a depression. And after the depression, during the depression, you felt like crap. And you needed something to define your life. And there were guys that were saying they were going around getting drunk in town, had nothing to do. When World War II hit, it was like, gee, there's something we can do. That we can define our lives by this thing. And that's what they did. So if you see those World War II vets and they're just kind of like sitting around, they're really just part of the club. They'll talk to you about what they went through and all the terrible stuff. And there's a story there. But it's not like, you know, I can't say that I went through any war, and, you know, I probably, if I was forced to go to war, I guess I'd be in war, but I'd figure out something to do with it. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to war. And if somebody says, well, it's, you know, you got to do it, you know, and you got to have a liberty and stuff like that. Jesus said to Peter, he said, he who lives by the sword dies by the sword, okay? What that means is that if you solve problems by using violence, by using swords to solve problems, you are going to die by the sword. That you will never see the results of what it is that you brought, okay? It could be good and it could be bad, but either way, you're going to die in that war, okay? So the solution to social problems is to to negotiate peace before you ever get into the potential of going to war. Because war, like surgery, is never a certainty. Okay, it's never going to result in a win. Even if you think you won, you probably didn't win in a lot of other ways. Okay. Surgery, people think that, if they need surgery, they'll have surgery. I mean, if you need surgery, you have to determine if you need surgery, because surgery is like Russian roulette. You don't know if it's going to help you or hurt you. I had a uncle who had a doctor who was telling him he had probably had a tumor in his brain. Okay, so he said, you need to go in surgery. We'll find out if you got a tumor in your brain. Turned out there was no tumor in his brain, but he ends up with a shunt in his neck that has to be drained constantly. And so, and as that's going on, his brain is, things are getting worse for him. And I'm just like, I don't know what caused that, what led to that, but it's the same sort of thing, is that, you have to be careful about the choices you make in life, and sometimes you just get what you get, and nobody's going to pat you on the back for it, It's the sad reality of it, and but everybody deserves love, even old Hitler. I'm just kidding. In the last days of Hitler's life, he pushed all the evil. It was evil what he did. He pushed all of the children and the old folks at the U.S. Army, had them fight for him to buy him time, and in that time, he had like a day or so left. He held a mock marriage, like a fake marriage. They had a party, and then they all took cyanide pills. And so what that says to you is that even he would have preferred to have a simple life if he rose to power. He thought that was going to define him, or it was going to complete him. It didn't. It just ended up being this big old mess that he couldn't fix. It's my belief the reason why he gassed the Jews is because he had defined to the Germans that the Jews were the enemies, and that they were less of people, and he used Darwinism to make the Germans look like a perfect race in comparison to the Jews. And so he was trying to deport the Jews, so he had to get them on trades and move them to concentration camps. Well, this is what the Germans were thinking. So the Germans were thinking, oh, this guy is not so bad. He doesn't end up killing the Jews. He sends them to concentration camps. Well, what does he do at concentration camps? He kills them. Okay, because of the logistics of moving that many people somewhere without somebody finding out about it. People on the outside of Germany are kind of like looking in and saying, what's happening, And if he starts moving Jews outside of Germany, then they're going to think, well, he's he's doing something. He's separating people. I don't know if that would have an effect, but he ends up gassing all these Jews. And the only thing I can imagine is that it was a logistics problem, that he didn't really understand the logistics of getting what he wanted done. And he ended up having to do something really evil, which is kill off the Jews. And I'm sure somewhere inside of him, if there was any good in there, it was gone once he had to do that. Because the thing is the guy just feared the results of whatever he did. Okay? He was pushing this idea, his ideals. People were killing people. I'm not saying the guy's good, but saying there's a little bit of good in everyone, and some people, they get pushed into they get into a situation, they think that things are going to be okay, but then it turns out the choices they make end up turning on them, and then the choice. You just don't go in it with a whole lot of knowledge of what it is you're getting yourself into. And so everybody has that problem. We all get into that. And some we just like to point the finger at and say, this guy is the most evil person in the world. It's a matter of opinion. There are a lot of evil people in the world. Satan's saying to me right now, you're the most evil person in the world. There are people in this game that are saying to me, I'm the most evil person in the world. But I'm saying to those guys, if you gave me $10 billion, I wouldn't spend it on myself. I would send it to invisible people. I would send it to somebody who would buy low-income housing. That would be the solution. I wouldn't have any problem with throwing that money someplace else. It wouldn't be for me. The money that I have now is sufficient for me, for what I need to do. And if you define evil by somebody who won't take $10 billion and spend it on themselves, then I guess I am evil, in that respect. I just don't do it the way that everybody does it, and that's the reason why people think that I'm evil. It's because I don't do it their way. I don't do it the way they want them to. The demons want me to commit adultery. I like to fap to porn, but I will not commit adultery, okay? And the reason why they want me to that's the reason why the people say, you don't want to have sex? And I say, yeah, because it would ruin people's lives. I could get a disease. I could ruin somebody's family. I could steal somebody's mate away. There's so many things that could happen there. And that's the reason why the demons and the trolls all tell you want to have sex, is because they want to catch you in the trap of being into an adulterous relationship. But if you're fapping to porn, that's not adulterous. The only way that would be adulterous is in the spiritual sense that you are not like following God, and if King David can have five wives, if Solomon can have 1,000 concubines, those guys had access to as much women as they could handle, okay? I don't have any woman, okay? And I just look at porn and I fap to that, okay? Who's being the most destructive? King David was lusting after a woman that wasn't his. He committed adulterous effect. I didn't do that, okay? He did that, and he was loved by God. So how bad am I, And so if you look at these demons these people that are telling you, and I would say they're demons. They're telling you, you should be having sex. You shouldn't be fapping off. And I think the people who are edging and fapping are actually more on God's side than the people who are off doing adulterous relationships, ruining families and causing diseases to spread. You see, the people that are creating the porn probably are risking that, but they're risking that because they're trying to provide that material for people who don't want to do that stuff and cause that harm to other people. That's the way I think about it. And you can't see everything as like a law. It's a change of behavior is what's important of all that Bible stuff. It's how it's there to change your behavior, the way you look at good and bad. It's not meant to be a law by which you live. And so if you're trying to get the best outcome, if you're trying to get a good outcome, if your intent is to do good and is not to do somebody in, then you're on the good side, okay? If your intent is to ruin people, if you're looking for ways to get everything for yourself and at the cost of everybody else, then you're probably bad, okay? And so I got these demons telling me all the time, you're evil, you're a heel. You're not a hero. You're the worst of the, and they're doing that to me all the time. And I was just like, dude, I'm not going to believe that. You can tell me all the things you want to throw in my mind. I'm not going to believe any of that. And I probably could be going through a test right now, the Job test. I could be doing the Job test right now. I could be a lot better person than these guys tell me I am. And so I'm really just going to live it through and see what comes out the other end, okay? So if you think it's all over, don't, the mustard seed of faith, in my belief, the mustard seed of faith is to keep on walking. Because to walk means you have to fall and catch yourself over and over again. That's what walking is you're continually leaning just a little bit forward, but enough that you can control your fall. If you're an animator, you understand that walks are really just controlled falls. And that's how it works. And so that's the mustard seed of faith, might be that moves mountains, is that you're walking. You're moving past the mountains. You're moving past the barriers. You're moving past all the things that people say to you, that say that you're worthless and all that. You're moving past all that. That's the mustard seed of faith. That's the one that moves mountains. You see, either you're moving the mountains or it's moving you, in the mountains in relation to you are moving as a result. You see? So, okay, I'm going to go to the next. I guess this game is over with. Is it over with? No, we're still going. It's just that this base got captured. I see that's what happened. And I'm in here for some reason. And if you're watching, you probably would have found me and probably killed me, but, Okay, I'm going to go back to the main base. And Trump's not evil. He's just been taught all of his life not to be like his brother Fred Jr. And Fred Jr. wanted to be an airplane pilot, and Trump said, "You want to be a bus driver? Isn't that like being a bus driver? You would rather be a bus driver than be a rich person?" I'd say Fred had an idea, had a dream job. He had an idea of where he wanted to go. Trump had no idea where he wanted to go. That was defined for him by his father. His father was telling all the boys, and Trump and Fred Jr., who was the one that Fred named himself, named his kid Fred. He named the one he named Fred. Decided to be a hello. Why is this guy hopping? He decided to let's do something fun. Okay. Am I leading or something? No, I'm not leading. I think they're on my squad, but anyhow, the thing about Trump is that he every time he's ever lost in his life, he's treated it as a victory. He celebrated it because he didn't want to identify himself as being a loser. And the thing about this is that everybody has to lose. I mean, everybody's going to lose, and it's just like that song. Everybody here tonight is going to boogie, and you're no exception to the rule. Everybody's going to lose at some point or another. You cannot engineer the process of winning. And the way Trump dealt with it was just by lying to himself so that he didn't lose, that he actually won. Okay, and when he loses the presidency, when he finally leaves office, it'll probably hit him that he lost. Hopefully he won't celebrate it. Hopefully he'll realize that there was a reason for that, and he'll learn from that, but maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just treat it the way he's always treated things like that in his life, that he didn't actually, so. It's not to say that I actually know Trump, but from what I hear of like all the people that know him, you get a pretty good idea of what the guy's like. I would give him the benefit of doubt to say that a lot of the things, the craziness and stuff on Twitter, was really just to point out to people. It was really just it was a political tactic. If you're trying to find the people that are not going to give you the benefit of the doubt in your cabinet or in your organization act crazy, and then they'll have every reason to point out that you are crazy, and they won't even look at the choices you make. They will make it based upon your behavior. And then if those people start going, this guy's crazy, then you say, okay, you're gone, let's get rid of you. No, you're gone. And that's how he controls his organization. That's how he's basically doing what Saddam Hussein did when he won his presidency. He basically took all the people that voted against him and killed them, But Trump wouldn't do that. He'd just say, ta-ta, you're no longer here. Fired. Find life somewhere else, But I've heard all sorts of rumors about Trump. Like whenever he was handling those pageants, he was telling the people that were managing the pageant were telling the ladies to fawn over Trump, and Trump would go into a dressing room where these ladies were dressing, and they would be half naked, and he'd be sitting there looking at them. That's the president you conservatives voted for, is that guy, okay? And how you can justify that, the Christians that said you're going to hell if you didn't vote for Trump, I don't know how you can live with yourself today. It really makes me, it just, the idea does, I just can't imagine what's going on here, But, so usually when I talk about the Bible, isn't that I'm talking to the people that aren't saved or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. I'm talking to the Christians who misinterpreted stuff in the Bible, okay? And I'm just saying, you don't get it. You don't get it. That's all that's entering my head is you don't get it. What's going on here? You don't get it, They say, I love God with all my heart and soul. And I say, yeah, but you don't read the Bible and you don't understand what he's saying. You can read it 10 times and you're still not pondering what it is really saying. Like whenever it says, for someone to give up their lives for their friends is the greatest honor, what we usually do is we attribute that to soldiers. We don't attribute that to Christ. We don't attribute that to the martyrs. You see? We don't attribute that to people who are going for social change or spending their lives for social change for people, okay? It can be applied in so many different ways. It's just that we just take the most obvious one, and that is a soldier that's fighting for somebody else. And that's really kind of pathetic, okay? So you just have to be pretty flexible with how you see things, because everybody's going to see it different. And to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, if we're created in God's spiritual image, so we're the spiritual image of God, according to what the Bible is. That doesn't mean we're the direct image. We don't look like God. In fact, God doesn't really take any form. He has a spiritual image, and to say that he's a he is kind of really just pushing. Is really not very good, because why does God need sex organs? That came after Eden, right? So why does God need sex organs? Okay, so the idea is God is an individual. How do most homosexuals want to be thought? As homosexuals? No, they want to be thought as individuals. They want to be thought of as John, Tom, Mary, and that's what God wants. God wants to be God, and to say he or she or anything. Hey, there's vessels in this group. Look at that. So, and of course I'm not hearing him, but he's probably wondering, what are you talking about me, man? Yeah. So, got to get out there and help Vessel. He's probably going to kick me in the ass, and he's like, what are you doing in here, dude? You were a part of AT&T, you left us. He's in here. I don't think I have my audio turned on, but I think I turned it off, because every time audio always confuses me. So I don't have a problem with Vessel. I just don't like whenever he has to make this point, and then he feels like he has to stick it to you, Okay. We're not out to get you, Vessel. We're not out to get you. There's a lot of room for love. Just don't think this is all that serious. I mean, I have to say that I was never abused as a kid, but my dreams are not dreams. I never have dreams. My dreams are horrific. That's the reason why I don't watch horror movies. For me, it's just like every night I go to sleep, I have the chance of having a horror movie in my mind when I dream. So it is not something I desire. It's like I'm like that person who never really escaped abuse. You know, I never was like really abused, but I never, you know, I produce concoctions and dreams in my head of things that are very horrific, and if I talk about some of them, it probably makes some people start to have bad dreams as well, you know. Like example, I remember a dream where all the people in my dream were made of meat, and you could tell that they were like parts of cow tissue and stuff. They were meat people, and they fixed meat. I had a dream where I was in the town, and that was filled with cadavers everywhere. People just dead all over the place, and there were these hillbillies, and they caught me, and forgot what they did to me, but they did something really awful. But I've had dreams like that. I didn't know. Every now and then something gets to be kind of horrific, and I think everybody does have those to some degree. People that really like that stuff, and if you really want the heavy metal music, I've got a domain for you. It's called ourside.rocks. I pointed it at 900 heavy metal songs and music videos. It's got everything from the 80s to the present. Everything demonic and non-denominationally demonic or something. It's got all that stuff. I mean, Satan's always is even going to find something interesting in there to add to get into. But I'm not fighting. I'm just going around being a sniper, dude. You know, what I'm doing is I'm putting up motion beacons. So. My favorite thing to do as a recon is throw EMPs, because there are these idiots out there that think that they'll stick some mines around and think that it's going to keep the enemy from coming in, and then there's that sniper that's like, dude, I'll throw an EMP at that, it's all gone, you know. And not only that, I've killed some of your mates, and you've killed some of your mates, and then you're like, oh crap, I just killed my own team. I said, yeah, because you put mines out there where I could throw an EMP and it's all gone, you know. So watch this. I'll just give an example of this. I'll get it somewhere up here close to where the flag is, because you know there's got to be several mines around that flag. So what you do is you get out here close enough, and then you do this. And you do one over here. And you do one, I mean, you do it liberally, you just do them wherever. And not only that, it's going to get rid of the shields that people have on them, and it'll make it easier for the guys to kill them. So it's just, all I'm doing is I'm adding meat tenderizer to this war, you know. And trying to change the politics. And then I'll go back and get some more EMPs and do it again. So now we can put in a motion set beacon and leave that there. And I'm going to get some kickbacks from that. Maybe I'll put some mines out here, maybe one here, and I'll put them liberally, like right around here. That guy, and so that's what recons should do. That's not what they usually do. Usually they're thinking about their guns, you know. They're all into that KD ratio crap. that I've given up on a long time ago. You know, I don't care about being good. I care about changing the course of the war. That's where I put my value in. Is changing the course of the war. I go and I take flags. I might go right now. I might go and do some engine. So put out some mines, but I don't put them anywhere near the Sunday. That's a moral sin in this game, is to put it near the Sunday. I mean, really near the Sunday. It's okay if they're kind of like out here, and you put them far apart. You don't put them all together, because then somebody has to throw several EMPs to get them all. All you're wanting to do is just put the fear of God in whoever's running their harasser over this, you know, because they're having to veer to miss all of these mines. You know, you don't want to make it an easy ride for them to come through there, and that's the reason why you do that. Another thing, this guy did it good with his Sunday. He put in a spot which is not there's no direct path to the flag, so it can make it really hard for the enemy to find out where the oh, you know what, I got anti-tank, I have an anti-tank gun here. Let's see. So, put that there, and then hold on 1 second here. There we go. That was good. And that's what you do, you know, you got that problem. Go over here to see if I can get a little spot. I wish I could use this with infravision. You can't use it with infravision for some reason. And I think you're given a certain amount of health or something with the cannon, especially if you use the there's a implant you can use that'll give you some health. And so okay, that's our so maybe I should give guys some ammo here. I think you can give out about a couple of these ammo packs. So there should be another place. Probably put another ammo pack here. So I'll just come back. You don't have to kill people in order to, I mean, oh boy, we're in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm too close to the nuke. I'm too close to the nuke. I'm too close to the nuke. Well, I made it out like that. I made it out. Yeah. You didn't get me. Okay. I'll fix you, dude. Wow, look at all that. Imagine all of the certs I could have made out of just leaving all my crap like near the border line of that thing. What's that? Is that one of ours? That is one of ours. Oh, that was one of our own guys, wasn't it? Yeah, got me. Got 26 seconds to kill something. I'm just kidding. I mean, hey. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Come on. Give me the... Okay. This is what I